us our team speakers and our poet laureate. So we're going to turn it over, as Megan said, to the student voices who have led the way for the past 3 years. I'm going to start by inviting up Team Ivy speaker Fiona Boot to the microphone. Fiona, please. Hello, hello. Wow, it's really windy.
Class of 2025, most passionate staff, most caring parents, and most enthusiastic students. Hello. You have shown us through 3 defining years that growth isn't always about speed or spotlight. Likewise, some plants bloom fast and fade, but Ivy climbs. Without a need to rush or show off, Ivy finds its grip, holds tight, and rises. Steadily, quietly, but with purpose. Ivy will find that those crumbling walls that are the hardest to climb are the ones that, once conquered, reveal the strongest foundation and the brightest of lights. That's what our team has strived to do, not just to grow, but to climb, to be someone who rises by lifting others, by holding on through relentless challenge, and by becoming part of something that will leave its mark. But the height of the ivy starts with the anchor. 3 years we've had to find our grip on these towering walls, to figure out who we are, who we're not, and who we've become. Moments of confidence brought moments of embarrassment. Moments of joy brought moments of pain. But when we face these crossroads again, it is our middle school experience that will lead us through the cracks. For Ivy Stocks will always compete with each other. But that path that each one walks, the peaks and valleys of every middle school student, are what shapes us into stronger, more resilient versions of ourselves. But what made that growth possible wasn't just time, it was the way we were taught. Not to memorize lines from a textbook, but to explore, to experience, whether it's reading A Long Walk to Water in the 6th grade that taught us of the struggles of others, playing Wake in the 7th grade that gifted us leadership and strategy, or being educated on our rights in government in the 8th grade. The FA Day has never failed to provide us with stellar resources. To have a curriculum that doesn't mold us into identical students, but rather lets us think and grow and find our own way to the top is diamond among the golds. But even more important was the support. Whether a counselor or a teacher, there were always people to rely on. Just like Mr. Matthews, who has served this school for 31 years, who is the most passionate, most hardworking teacher I have ever met. A round of applause for him as he moves on to his next adventure. Now, let's be real. We've all dreaded those tedious MCAS's long I-readies and recently the STAM test. And don't even start on the yonder pouches. Looking back, I don't even know how we pulled through it. But then, I get taken back to that last game where the girls' basketball team sealed our undefeated season. The roar of the crowd, the final buzzer, and the overwhelming pride we all felt in that shared victory. FA Day's ability to provide moments like this to all students, along with support and education, is truly what makes it special. what brings our middle school years much needed joy. But we must not forget the roots, the seed that grows the entire plant. Team Ivy is not just a group of students. We're a living, growing team. We're diverse in every way, in backgrounds, ideas, personalities, and values. We contradict each other, pick apart ideas, yet are still able to come and work in a classroom together. Our differences are what makes us stronger, what creates a seed that can adapt to any situation. The four Ivy-themed truths of presence, kindness, excitement, and hard work aren't just guidelines. They're roots that ground us and help us reach higher. In 4 years, we will not remember every project or every name, but we will remember the feeling of being part of something meaningful. We will remember the impacts and the legacy of Team Ivy's class of 2025. This experience has been more than just middle school. It's been the foundation of who we are becoming. We've learned not only to grow, but to thrive in purpose and resilience for us. And so, to you all, friends, family, supportive education that met us where we were and helped us grow. Thank you Thank you for giving me the opportunity to be part of an incredible team and now the honor of speaking on its behalf. And I say thank you for these phenomenal 3 years. An incredible journey that has conquered the walls, opened the doors, and paved the way for much more opportunities to What do you want to be when you grow up? It's a question everyone has been asked millions of times. It's a choice everyone is faced with. When I was a kid, or even back in 6th grade, it was easier to know. I'm sure everyone remembers dreaming of being a firefighter, a princess, or even a teacher superhero when they were little. I know I did. Even when we were just starting middle school, knowing what your future looked like seemed so easy. There were so many things to consider or options to choose from. But now that we are standing on the doorstep of high school, this is a question we are being asked once again. Yet, the answer only becomes more uncertain as time goes on. Why? I ask myself. Maybe because when we start high school, we enter a whole new world of possibilities and choices that change who we are and how we look at things. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Throughout middle school, we have changed again and again. Friend groups break apart, come together, expand. In 6th grade, our main worries were making new friends and having different teachers. Now, all of our thoughts are on how to get into the right class in high school. Well, I guess at this point everyone is just thinking about summer. But a few months ago, course selections were the only thing on our minds. Our grade has grown and become more experienced, especially when we realize how much older we suddenly are in comparison to the 6th graders who've been in school with us for almost a year and still seem so new. Most of us have known each other for 3 years, some longer and some shorter. 3 years is a lot of time that has passed very quickly. 3 years is 7 drama productions. 3 years is 6 chorus concerts, 2 trips to 6X, 1 poetry slam, and too many sports practices to count. In 3 years, our grade has become a class, and we've stopped asking what elementary school someone went to. That was the primary mode of identification at first. Now, we identify by our team, because our team is our community. On Emerald, we have courage, brains, and heart. On Emerald, we have a home. To be able to speak to a teammate who's not in any of your classes, but can still relate to the teacher or the lesson is something extremely valuable.
That is what brings a team together. And to be able to talk about this field trip or that off-team teacher when you're on two different teams is what forms a class, not just a grade. 8th grade hasn't always been easy. It takes courage to play the role of a founding father in the classic musical 1776 for civics. It takes brains to solve equations, understand genetics, write essays, and it most certainly takes heart to continue doing the things you love throughout it all, whether that's playing an instrument, participating in a club, or being on a school sports team. So here we are about to enter high school. This generation of 8th graders who are debatably either Gen Z or Gen Alpha, depending on who you ask, and even Google can't seem to decide. And although I still don't know what I want to do in the future, I do have hope. I have hope that this class of 2025 will never forget our years on stage dragons as we become tigers. Because there's too much we've been a part of that is too important to forget, no matter what lies ahead. I have hope that we will use our brains and all we've learned here today to figure out anything new that comes along. I know we will use our hearts to put forth everything we've got and make good choices. So have the courage to embrace whatever change is coming. Have the courage to discover new paths to follow. Have courage. I know that one day we'll know what we want to
Thank you, Linnea. I'd like to now invite Sophia Katie from Evergreen Team.
Thank you, Miss Mann. When I was brainstorming ideas for this speech, I thought about using a metaphor as an opener. Maybe something like this. At the start of middle school, we were like caterpillars, small, innocent, and easily squashed. But over the past 3 years, we've transformed into butterflies. When we enter Newton North, we will spread our wings and learn to fly. As I thought about these opening lines, I realized there was something missing, something that a lot of cheesy graduation metaphors tend to gloss over. The challenges, our cocoons. When caterpillars change into cocoons, they plunge headfirst into uncharted territory, trusting that they'll come out as butterflies. They don't get an instruction manual, and that day, we certainly didn't either. We've all faced challenges in middle school. When I came today, I never suspected I would fracture my tailbone, saddling me with the dreaded butt pillow, or that I'd injure my knee, putting me on crutches for 2 months. But as I joked with the other kids in the elevator and let people try out my crutches, I realized my unexpected pain had brought me closer to the school community. Classmates made an effort to help me, bringing me my cushion and getting my class materials so I didn't have to get up. Acquaintances transformed into friends, and people I barely knew became ones I relied on. The strength of day lies in the connections we are willing to find with each other. While there's been challenges, we've also had a lot of fun. My time in day drama has changed me dramatically, no pun intended. The thrill of performing a show was incredible, but it's the smaller things I love the most. Gossiping while painting sets, dancing with friends backstage, most importantly, finding a community that gave me the freedom to be myself. Maybe you found your community through sports, or a club, or talking to someone new in class. Maybe it was in an elevator. Our experiences that day have all brought us some type of friendship and freedom. As we move into high school, we don't know what will happen. Like the caterpillar in its cocoon, we can only wonder about our future, hoping we won't be crushed by expectations or a really large salary. Still, I do know 3 truths about the upcoming years. First, high school will be challenging. It will create new obstacles for us, whether they're physical, mental, social, or academic. Second, high school will be fun. Getting burritos with friends at Los Amigos, joining clubs, playing sports. Whether you continue down the path you charted a day or discover new passions, we'll be making amazing memories and friendships that will last a lifetime. Third, high school will be unpredictable. Caterpillars don't know what they'll look like as butterflies, and we have no idea what we'll look like at the end of the 4 years. It'll be an adventure, and we'll navigate it together. Finally, as we begin to shed our cocoons, I know we're ready. The summer before 6th grade, we were uncertain about what experiences awaited us that day. But we thrived in middle school, and now we're here at graduation. I'm confident we'll spread our wings and soar at Newton North. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia. And now I'd like to invite Zodi Grady Smith from the Mint team.
Good morning, everyone. Like Ms. Mint said, my name is Zoe Grady Smith. I'm on Mint, all the way back there. Hi, Mint! So, I wasn't sure I wanted to read this speech about. Should it be funny? Should it be serious? Should I go the poor route like everyone else? Apparently, I decided yes on that last one. And if you've seen any of my English assignments, you know my figurative language skills are lacking. But here we go. Middle school is like learning how to swim. Oh, sorry. First, you test the water, then you're gonna and the next thing you know, you're gliding through the water like a rock, or something like that. The journey towards standing here today took way too long. Or not long enough, according to the faces of our families, who, if they're anything like mine, held their hands to their hearts and said something along the lines of, "You grew up so fast," or "I remember when you," and there's some embarrassing moment from your younger childhood. What were big things then? When we first got to middle school, we were simple-minded 6th graders. We went from the oldest, coolest kids in school to the youngest, least experienced ones in about 2 months. Back then, we hadn't figured out the most tactful way to wander the halls during class or feign illness in PE. Our 5th grade teachers tried their hardest for what we'd be getting ourselves into, but no amount of preparation would prepare us for the PACER test. In all seriousness, our first year of middle school was a time to adjust to a more structured and mature environment, while not losing what it means to be 11 and 12. 6th grade was all about testing the waters, and in 7th grade, time to take a dip. If I'm being completely honest, 7th grade was a blur. I remember wake, China, triangles, and that's about it. Still, the second year of our middle school career is just as important as the first and the last. Not only because we literally wouldn't be here today without it, but because it added to the mold that will eventually shape who we are. Now, by year 2, we've pretty much got the hang of things. We know which bathrooms teachers are more likely to check, and we finally understand our skills. 7th grade was a nice breezy year that helped us get a rhythm going into exactly what kind of student we'd like to be before we actually start working towards our goals. Now, we've successfully learned how to float. This last part might be a little rough, considering I'm not the strongest swimmer, and yes, I'm still trying to make this metaphor work, but 8th grade might have been the best year of my life. I'm not just saying that because that's the kind of cheesy thing we all expected to hear, but I genuinely believe that it was. A lot of crummy things happened this year for me, and probably you too. But that doesn't taint the image of my final year of middle school as much as I thought it would. I made new friends, got closer to old ones, and for once, put in effort in PE. I don't anticipate that this year will continue to be the best year of my life as I get older, and let's all hope it's not. But right now, I feel like Michael Phelps. So, in conclusion, cue the unanimous winces from my English teachers and classmates. Middle school was more than awkward dances and too much homework. It was about building bonds that for some of us were and making mistakes which we can only hope to grow. By this time next week, I'll be halfway across the country, leaving not only my family and my friends, but the place that made me who I am today. Living a military life is never easy. After a while, you stop caring where you go and when. But thanks to FA Day and the people in it, for the first time in a while, I care. I'll miss Newton and everything in it more than I've missed anything in my 13 years of living. It won't be easy, but with the help of my family and knowing the whole is waiting for me, no matter how badly I piss them off, I'll be able to think about my time here without tearing up over the things I single one of us would be here today if not for our support systems. Our teachers, shout out to Miss Armstrong, Miss Progressive, Miss Massey, and Miss Skyra. Each other, and of course, all of you. So on behalf of my Mint team, I thank you all.
Thank you, Zoe. So at Day, we started a tradition last year, which we're really proud of. And you probably remember this, parents, in 7th grade, your children participated in a poetry slam. It's a really incredible event that only we get to experience, but it's phenomenal. But as part of the Day tradition, we have the winner of the poetry slam every year in 8th grade becomes our poet laureate for our moving on ceremony. And this year's poet laureate, representing Day Middle School, is Casey Costello. Welcome, Casey.
Hey guys. I just want to quickly recognize Althea Ryan for helping me with the idea of this poem. Thank you, Althea. I don't really know where you are right now, but you are amazing. So my poem is called We've Been Here. It all feels surreal, if you know what I mean. Rows of chairs and formal outfits, the classic graduation scene. But this year, it feels different, because this year, it's ours. This year, we're the ones leaving, the ones dressed up, holding flowers. This year, we're leaving. We'll smile and we'll cry. This year, we're leaving. It's time to say goodbye. Goodbye to all the teams. Goodbye, green, red, and blue. Goodbye to all the teachers, and thanks for all that you do. Goodbye to drama and health. Goodbye, tech ed, music, and art. Goodbye to the library and CAF. It's time for a new start. Goodbye to the crowded staircase. Goodbye to art on the walls. Goodbye to hearing the late bell and sprinting through the halls. Goodbye to yonder. Thank goodness. Goodbye to laps in PE. Goodbye to morning Pop-Tarts and talking in advisory. Goodbye to gossiping at the table. Goodbye to asking for a pen. Goodbye to outdoor extension and walking with friends. Goodbye to library leaders. Goodbye to community days. Goodbye to dollar bake sales and buying tickets for plays. Goodbye to the athletics. Goodbye to undefeated teams. Goodbye to reaching higher and achieving our dreams. Goodbye to finding our places. Goodbye to being cheered on. Goodbye to it all, because next year we'll be gone. Goodbye to basketball, soccer, track, and field. Goodbye to the friendships we've learned how to heal. Goodbye to crying, but laughing twice as much. Goodbye to fall's soft colors here and spring's gentle touch. Goodbye to feeling all alone and making up with our friends. Goodbye to becoming who we are once we could no longer pretend. Goodbye to finding ourselves and finding each other too. And even as we say goodbye, these things will forever be true. We've learned here, grown here, changed here, flown here. We've worked here, failed here, succeeded here, prevailed here. We've listened here, we've spoken here, we've healed here, we've broken here. We've fought our battles and helped our friends, and when we didn't succeed, we've tried again. We've learned what's important and how to put that first, and we've lived through the best, and we've lived through the worst, but we've survived the bad days, and we've found the light. We've risen up, and we've reached new heights. We've sung here, we've cried here, we've been true here, we've said goodbye here. Goodbye to finding ourselves and finding each other too, and even as we say goodbye, this will forever be true. We've been here for each other and for our school. Together we've made our own rules. Together we've learned and grown. Together we've changed and flown. Together we've worked and failed and succeeded and prevailed. Together we've listened and spoken and healed and broken. Together we've fought our battles and helped our friends, and when we didn't succeed, we've tried again. Together we've learned what's important and how to put that first, and we've lived through the best, and we've lived through the worst. Together we've survived the bad days, and we've found the light. We've risen up and we've reached new heights. Together we've sung, together we've cried. Together now, let's say goodbye. Goodbye, middle school. We'll remember you when you're gone. And now together, it's time to say, high school, bring it on. Thank you.
The powerful voices of Day Middle School. Wonderful students. Please give them a round of applause. I have to tell you, we could talk a lot about the accomplishments of Day Middle School, but I think we've just witnessed it all. Thank you guys, so powerful. Woo. All right, we're gonna do this thing. We're gonna give our certificates, so hang in there with me, guys. We're almost there. I see some smiles. At this point, I would like to invite the Team Ivy teachers and Mr. O'Donnell to please join me up here. Miss Clayton.
Jaya Jane. Yosef Karate. Flynn Stanton.
Okay.
Alexander Fanfa. Neve Agrawal. Kiara Bryan. Marlo Kennelly. Rafa Chow. Erica Charlton. Jasper Clark. Allison Dell. Leon Derry. Kieran Kane. Cyril Katende. Ariana Macabin. Connell Menon. Eva Niederman. Molly Fannensteel. Luca Rye. Tova Salmon Hansen. Titus Smargiassi. Maggie Sturdivant. Kahan Tanner. Penelope Wells. Lorenzo Wilkinson. Aaron Young. Ava Zarwin.
Manuel Arboleta Quiros. Isaac Barbosa. Alec Baum. Juliana Borges. Max Clark. Krish Dolabai. Fiona Fu. Gabriela Fuerte. Samanvi Karanam. Rithvik Lal. Mila Metro. Kaylee Moores. Luca Nicola. Rain Nikolai. Alexander Park. Amit Cruz. Isla Quintanilla. Olivia Robbins. Drew Sanger. Maxton Schieffer. Nina Sagal. Ria Sharma. Sabrina Spinelli. Seamus Tynes.
Kira Birch. Jack Bomer. James Bootsy. Gwen Ferry. Greta Hesley. John Landry Monhay. Jaden Levitt. Rico Gennaro. David Liu. Ellie McCannell. Veronica Mayer. Karina Wu. Samantha Peary. Judah Reed. Martina Rodriguez Montenegro. Janet Ryan. Mirabelle Shea. Safira Shankman. Juliet Yaspin. Alexander Zhang. Avery Abu Yusuf.
Truman Botino. Laura Carey. Casey Costello. Darcy. Ella Gordon. Armand Ja. Ariana Matranga. Andrew Mendocina. Sophia Neri O'Donnell. Althea Ryan. Colin Roach. Beatty Rosen. Catherine Roy. James Stephen. Alexis Sturdivant. Stuart Thorndike. Colin Van Fleet. Ellie Williams. Let's hear it for Team IB.
Well done, Team Ivy. I'd like to invite the Emerald team teachers up, please, to join me. Johnny Adams. Sky Allen. Emilia Babitskaya. Annie Chen. Isabella Dargan. Davi De Lima. Lucas Espinosa. Alana Hamilton. Alyssa Jerry. Logan Lee. Soham Hakim. Abby Maycall. Leahy Moore. Luca Martino. Dylan Master. Anamika Mehta. Nicholas Picarello. Benjamin Ponce Monton. Elsie Schufel. Nathan Vitor. Luke Anderver.
Felix Boyer. Camila Campos. Ingrid Drange. Dylan Dumoulin. Leo Favin. Nicholas Gentile. Linnea Goxor. Alutra Morian. Dylan Jonas. Adam Cadroli. Tessa Kuhn. Blake Lundin. Luz Medellin. Ava Martino. Julia Murphy. Abby Rumpf. Trevor Stilton. Yiming Sun. Bora Tuna.
Kai Vitachi. Molly Beal. Alina Blake. Maddie Bond. Emil Rosario Cabral. Nicholas Chavez. Zachary Kumanzelis. Kate Kerjong-Sart. Daniel Leone. Emery Lubitz. Jacob Luptak. Sebastian Millet Wu. Damian Nail. Aditya Mooney. Nira Von Salker. Neil Kishua. Sylvia Schmidt. Eric Schumacher. Aiden Taube. Mia Torkelson. Amalka Van Hangel Bunatova.
Sorry, wow. J.P. Alessi. Sarah Amarista. Rehan Bekidola. Brendan Bubar. Lucas Casey. Colin Chan. Bayram Alfeki. Nolan Fitzpatrick. Taliani Gomes. Aaliyah Herzog. Damian Kumanzelis. Hannah Lee. Aiden McElroy. Sasha Milanowitz. Kelly Monconlercier Cole. Shar Plasic. Lissandro Rubino. Elizabeth Riley. Maya Saris. Delia Walsh.
And Ella Pham.
Thank you. That's Emerald Team, everyone. Could I now have the teachers from the Evergreen Team join me up front?